Why does random keep giving me Caden Carter?
Dude, it keeps giving me Caden Carter for shit too. The starting rivalry I get in 2K23 on NXT for the women's belt is Katana Chance, Sword Possibility versus Roxanne Perez. And I'm just like, fuck me. What? This is the best NXT has to offer right now?
Yes. Also, welcome to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode 273.
Oh, you guys just didn't start recording without me?
No.
What?
Oh, we're gonna be here a while today.
Yeah, before you joined, we had been recording Katamari Damachi, and that went well.
Yeah.
And then I took a break to eat some chili from last night, 2 nights ago. I don't remember. It was leftovers. I didn't make it, which is why there wasn't enough cumin in it, but it was good. And then I came back, and then you joined the call, and then I was like, oh, I guess we're all here, and we're ready to start the Shut Your Mouth Lounge, and here we are now.
Oh,
We are in for the long haul, boyo.
And
I was kind of figuring like, oh, we're gonna, just like these guys have already gone through what they've done.
Nope.
And then like I'll
you
just really
couldn't
quickly hit
escape
what I
that.
did.
You would not
What
allow
I
it.
did, and then we can either do whatever we're gonna do after this, or everybody can do what they're going to do independently. Oh boy, we still got. Oh boy, Addy, have you played Digimon this week?
no.
Okay, so that's
Okay,
at
that
least
shaves
1
off
hour
an hour and a
left.
half. Let's just dunk on Addy real quick.
Oh boy. Well, oh boy.
So anyway, yeah.
Oh, my brain is not working.
Things what's coming out on your channel.
Okay, so what is coming out on my channel? To start with, March 20th, I want to say. It's going to be the day after my birthday. And I will be having all 3 full-length parts of the 2K23 playthrough that we did going up on the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd.
Nice.
So anyone who sees a little highlight-ish video for my birthday special on the Devolution main channel, if you guys want to see the full version of that, it's those parts are going up on my channel, my personal channel. I'm trying to get all that content onto my channel, so
Yeah,
I'll be the one who gets all the ad revenue, and I won't have to split it amongst these communists.
I mean, according to W, only one of us is a communist.
So yes, those videos will be coming out on my channel. In addition to that, I've started a universe mode that I will be uploading to my channel. It's gonna be a very small scale universe mode. I deleted every show except NXT because I figured that's super manageable. It's only got a roster of like 25 guys and gals, so I can fiddle with that at my leisure and not break anything and not have too large a roster to deal with. And if I want to add some surprises or jokes in there, it's very easy to accomplish. So yeah, the NXT Universe mode will be coming out a day later. It's either gonna be coming out the 21st, or I'll upload all the 2K23 launch day stream thing and then do the universe mode after that. I haven't decided on the order I want to do it yet, but I figured the quicker I get it out, the quicker I'll be enticed to do more universe. So we'll see. But that should be the sum of everything that I'll be having coming out on my channel.
All right. But as for my channels, as always, you're gonna see the short like bugs on Friday. Whatever happened this week, I think it's the Messenger. Cool.
All right.
So, then on my main channel, I have finished scripting the next review. I have recorded the voiceover for it. It just needs to be edited. So that's nice.
Very nice.
The next review I'm gonna be doing is gonna be Like, I'm following the one for me, one for them, or trying to follow the one for me, one for them thing, which I failed just now because the last this next review and the last review were kind of more for me because it's more obscure games, which means that people don't know. Which you'd think it would make sense to review more obscure games so people will know, but whatever.
I'm not quite going for the one for me, one for them scheme yet right now because there's not a them.
Right, I was thinking the same thing. It's like all of my stuff on my channel is strictly for me. I'll worry about for them once I get an actual audience.
I mean, arguably, technically, I have an actual audience because I have like 70 some subscribers and had the chance to actually like make a bigger audience a while back, but then I just stopped uploading. So and I got that from just going all for them pretty much because what was for them was also for me at the time, namely Assassin's Creed,
Ooh.
But yeah, so I'm gonna be making a review for the nebulous them, whoever they may be, and for that I will need to revisit Uneval.
Cool.
Then, I think that's it. The scripting worked out fine. I wanted to note that. I said that I don't know if I'll actually get like a longer script out of having scripted or having made notes during the recorded playthrough I did. It did turn out to be a slightly longer script, which I wasn't really thinking that it would make much of a difference. And then the raw audio is twice the size or twice the length, rather, of what I'm usually doing. So it seems fine so far. We'll see how long it will be once it's edited, but still. Then I think that's it. Yeah, W, your channel.
I expect something for Total War Warhammer 3 at some point. I'd also like to do something for Gladius, and that's it. What's up on the group channel?
Alright, on the group channel, we will have Pig's birthday special coming out on the same day that this video is. In fact, earlier. So, wouldn't you like to know? But yeah. Then also, Splitgate on Monday. And Street Fighter 5 on Saturday, or not Saturday, Friday. Yeah, days. And that's it.
Days!
I actually think I have more Splitgate coming out on my channel as well. I don't know.
We'll
I
see.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
All right, Pink, what have you done?
What have I done? So this week, obviously we've mentioned it like 25 times now. 2K23 came out. I got it. I played it. I showed it to Addy. I showed it to Alex. Alex bought it. He showed it to Mike. Mike bought it. He showed it to Ted. Ted, I was gonna make a joke there, but he actually did buy it. So the circle of life continued.
Yeah.
Let me correct you there. I showed it to Mike. Mike downloaded it.
Just the color. He downloaded it. Yes.
Yeah, and I literally can't buy the game even if I want to because it costs like 5 times the amount.
Right, it costs $200 over there. It's absurd.
Yeah.
So, yeah, played that. Loved it. I loved everything about it. Launch day was a critical success, I would say. I had a lot of fun streaming it to you guys. I hope I get to stream more to you guys in the future. And then a couple days later, I played the My Rise, and I lost all my will to live.
Nice. They keep talking about My Rise, but what about My Fall?
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I want to play.
You just get
Finally, a story mode that follows Chris Jericho.
I was about to say you get stabbed in the bathroom. Doing a fucking show in Mexico. Oh no.
Oh no. Come on, Mexico has more class than that. They wouldn't stab you in the bathroom. They'd stab you in the hallway.
Sure.
Yeah. You want stabbed in the bathroom, we're going to have to wait till the Puerto Rico show next month.
Uh-huh.
Bad Bunny's working for the Colognes. Nobody knew.
He was their secret project all along.
The entirety of Puerto Rico belongs to the Cologne family. Everyone of Puerto Rican descent is a sleeper agent for the Clones. One day you'll just wake up when the Clones finally give you your command. You will achieve your purpose.
I'm just.
Anything else in particular to say about 2K23, Eddie? Eddie? Pink.
Addy, yeah. Not a lot else to say. I did notice that universe can be pretty buggy, honestly, because managers clearly don't work in that mode unless they do, and that unless they do is about a 25% chance that they do. I've been having some issues with movesets defaulting, as many
I was
other
about to
people
say,
have had, which unfortunately, checking the Twitter zone seems to be a regular occurrence.
yeah, I follow Caveman on Twitter. Apparently, being in a rival action resets your moveset to default. The moveset's to default of both wrestlers.
Nice.
Now, thankfully, the default movesets in this game aren't too bad. The only one I can think of that I really changed up was Shelton, because Shelton has just the crappy. He just has the T-bone as a signature and just has the pay dirt as a finisher, and obviously I'm going to fix that. Trouble is, I've not gone back to Universe because the game started me out with a Shelton Benjamin versus Edge rivalry. So I'm waiting on most of Universe up until they fix that.
Yeah. None of the moveset changes I made were anything drastic either, thankfully. Because I would just gave Nikita Lyons the Iron Claw, like I mentioned in the Discord server the other day. And when that got defaulted to nothing, I was like, oh, wait, that's odd. And there must have been at least one other finish that I changed that got defaulted, and I don't remember who it was. But yeah, thankfully I had not tinkered around with the movesets all that much before I encountered that error, and then found the caveman tweet that indicated that, yeah, that's a pretty widespread problem, so hope that gets fixed in the next patch and they don't break anything else. But yeah, aside from that, I really love the gameplay this year. It feels very smooth and
it's very fast.
It's fast paced and it feels more weighty than last year. Last year it's hard to explain. It's like playing Smash Brothers Melee than jumping over to Ultimate. The weight of the characters feels very different, and it's not something that you initially notice or pay much attention to it, but
downtime is more brutal in 2K23. It seems like you can get stunned and put out of action for longer in 2K23 than you could in 2K22.
That is a fact.
When you're up and on your feet, you're faster.
Oh yeah. Also, stamina. I obviously don't have the HUD display turned on because I'm weird like that. But I noticed stamina is more of a thing this year because I can visibly see. You're a nerd. I can visibly see that Caden Carter, for example, because I will always get her on random. Caden Carter will slow her pace down, her run pace down as the match goes on, and that's probably just me using up all the stamina that I've got until I turn that off as well.
That is not fatigue. I can confirm that is not fatigue. That is low health.
That's nifty then. I like it. Though that's also worrying because that means she's getting pretty low health pretty quickly off the bat, but she doesn't have great overall anyway. That's not good.
The stats seem like they are more significant this year.
Yeah, they actually play a role rather than just being an invisible overall that doesn't matter and everyone plays the same.
Yeah, because when I was playing My Rise, for one thing, I noticed immediately once I pumped all my points into stronger striking that I could kill most wrestlers in just like, I don't know, 7 or 8 hard strikes. But on top of that, I noticed it was way easier, even on easy difficulty where the AI doesn't put up a fight and really just let you do moves to them. It took me way less time to put away Dana Brooke or Tamina than it did to put away Bailey or Charlotte.
Yeah, definitely. I was surprised at how high they start you off in my career, because in previous years, you started like 59 overall. This year, you start at like a 76. Which is
probably because the overalls matter more now.
Right, and 76 is like your basic lower card character nowadays, I would say.
Better than half the guys on NXT.
Yeah. I mean, most of those guys are like high 70s, low 80s. I think the highest
Everyone-
goes on the women's roster is 81.
I was shocked to see that Shane has such a low rating this year. I know it's like typical to give the McMahons and Bischoff low ratings, but Shane I expect to have the highest rating out of the McMahons. But he's kind of doesn't he have like a pretty poopy 79?
I haven't seen his rating. I have not played Shane McMahon yet. I did play Eric Bischoff though, and he's got a 64. What's up with that?
I remember back in the day of SmackDown versus Raw, even Vince got in the 70s. Now it's fuck it, just bring him down to 60. Who cares?
Mm-hmm. His old age is catching up to him, even in the games.
Yeah.
Did you see that they renamed his stunner to the world's worst stunner?
Yeah.
The Shade by 2K.
Well, you can tell some things in development, right? You could tell they were probably thinking at some point during the retirement fiasco that
Vince wasn't going to be in potentially.
Yeah, they were thinking that, so that's why they renamed it.
Makes sense. What wild times we live in. Anyway, I think that could probably sum up my initial first impressions of 2K23. Really liked it. Everything is bright, shiny, and new. I love the new kick-out mechanic. That's it. I love it. I'm excited to play more universe of it.
Yeah. And is that all for your week?
No, there's one other thing. So, Civilization 6, Great Builders, they came out. They're great.
Oh.
They're also
except
builders.
for Sejong.
Yeah, Great Builders, literally. They can make really fucking good farms.
So,
+3 food.
Yes. Contrary to the normal, +2, unless you are building that farm on a grassland flat tile, in which case that is a +3 off the bat. But now it's +4. Yeah.
Oh.
So, Great Builders. Ludwig II, I think. Sejong the Great and Theodora of Byzantium. They are here now. Ironically, in Civ 5, Sejong, one of the best leaders in that game. Theodora, one of the worst. Now they're introduced in Civ 6. And it's the opposite. Theodora, quite great. Sejong, quite garbage. Very much
Which is
inferior
crazy
to
because Korea's still a super strong Civ in Civ 6.
Oh yeah. Korea's still strong in its own right. Sejong's ability, his unique leader ability though, is just garbage. Not good. No bueno.
Remind me what that is.
So, Sejong's unique leader ability is every time he researches a tech from the next era, and the first tech, mind you, not every tech in the next era. The first tech from the next era that he researches will then provide a I think it's 100% boost to culture based on your science. So basically, whatever your science output is right now, double that, but turn that into culture, and bam, there you go.
For how long?
For that single turn.
For just that single turn.
Just that single turn. So basically, when he unlocks a tech from the next era, he will probably get a free Civic, and that's it.
Okay, so not only is that a once every 50 turns boost, but on top of that, you need to already be in the lead.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That
it's
terrible.
I don't know what they were thinking to say, John. It on its face, there's a foundation for a unique ability to be had there, with the gain culture from your science, like equal to double your science or whatever it is. But
Yes, but it's a win harder mechanic no matter what.
right, no matter what, that's exactly what it is. And to top that off, the boost to culture that you're getting is a one-time boost for every tech from each different era. And there are what, 7, 8 eras in the game. So you can research a tech from the classical, the medieval, the Renaissance, the modern, the atomic, and the future. So that's 6. And I'm probably forgetting an era or 2 in there. But that's a grand total of what, for now, I'll just say is 6 civic boosts that you're going to get across the entire game.
And this is all assuming you didn't spawn with Hammurabi as a competitor.
Right.
Because if Hammurabi is one of the other civs, you will not get the first tech of any of the eras.
Right. Though in fairness, I think it's just first tech for Korea, and they don't care about anyone else getting the first tech. But I don't know. I've not played them, because their ability will look garbage.
Oh, okay. I thought they had to be the innovator.
No, I don't think that's how it works.
All right. Well, that is different, but that is still just a very
It's
okay.
still
Even
just
if that
a
was
moderate boost to your civic tree that ultimately amounts to nothing.
even if that was a big boost, it's not an exciting one.
Uh-huh.
It's not one that's like, oh, that sounds like fun to play with. It's just kind of like, do better every now and then.
Yep. So yeah.
You know what? Didn't the Mayans have a more interesting version of that with the Mayan calendar mechanic in Civ 5? Whereas, like,
Yes,
every so many years,
yeah,
you got
every
free
so many
tech or
years
something?
you got a free great blank. You could choose a great person, be it prophet, scientist, whatever they called the commercial things. Great merchant. There we go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, every like 20, 30, 50 turns, I don't remember. Every however many turns, you could choose a great person of any type. But you couldn't double up on the great person type, so you couldn't get 2 great scientists back to back. It had to be one of each until you.
Well, yeah, because then everybody would just pick
one of
great
each.
scientist, great scientist, great scientist,
Yep.
because science has always been strong in Civ, but it was at its strongest before Civ 6.
Yep.
Now, that's actually interesting, though, because there's strategy that you want to play around, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this is just kind of like, hey, here's culture.
Yep. Have some free culture once every couple turns, 50 turns, about that for each time you research a tech from the next era. Yeah. Exciting.
Jesus.
Be excited. How are you not excited? This is exciting. I swear it's exciting. Please. Somebody clap. At least give me a modest golf clap. We worked hard on this.
Oh, I cannot respect this. This is too much or too little. Oh.
So yeah, Sejong, he got nerfed hard going from Civ 5 to Civ 6. And then Theodora, she's a monster. She's a powerhouse. Oh boy. So her unique thing is there's actually several things going on with her, I think. First and foremost, her holy sites gain standard adjacency from every surrounding farm tile.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So she's going to be one of basically 2 civilizations in the entire game that can really benefit from settling in the very fertile grass, flatland, plains type of locations. Because if she takes work ethic and then has a holy site that's surrounded by farms, she's not going to have a problem with production like normal cities would have. So she won't need to worry about that at all. It's great. It's lovely. I had a lot of fun with Theodora. And her second thing is that her unique district.
Get something else?
Yes. Her unique district, the Hippodrome, receives faith also from every surrounding farm tile. So not only is your holy site making faith based on every surrounding farm tile, your Hippodrome is generating faith based upon every surrounding farm tile.
Enough
She can
faith to
just
cover
accumulate faith out of
enough faith to
farms.
cover the world in
Yes,
missionaries.
yes, yes. It's so good. It is so good.
And can't she just like go for the war church, whatever building, to get faith for units and then buy more cataphracts?
Yeah, that's the only thing that she doesn't have access to. So the
Oh, those
cataphracts
are
are
exclusive to
actually
Theodorus?
exclusive to Basil, which I did not know before this patch dropped. I actually thought the Tagma were a unique unit for Byzantium, not the Byzantine leader. So that actually caught me by surprise.
Okay,
But
so maybe not so much capability to just wreck faces immediately out of the gate.
yes. So she's missing the Tagma, the cataphracts, and the full damage to walls if they're following the Byzantine religion.
Oh god, I forgot that's how that works.
Yes, however, she still gets all of Byzantium's basic civilization abilities as well, which is kill people, spread faith. So,
Jesus.
yes, still a very strong powerhouse of a civilization, and now they've got an even better method for raking up faith. So, Theodora, I would say, is on par, if not a little bit better than Basil, depending on how you want to play. But if you're more militarily focused, then yeah, Basil is still going to be your guy.
Well, yeah, apparently his horses can just walk through walls.
Yes. All his heavy cavalry units do full damage to city walls as long as those city walls are following your religion. And when you kill the people on the outside of the walls to convert the city, that's very easy to do.
And it's just imagine a cavalry charge against a wall and the wall loses.
Uh-huh. The one thing that keeps cavalry units from being the absolute top tier things of all time in Civilization 6, and Byzantium ignores it.
Oh boy. Alright, and what did you think of Ludwig?
Ludwig! Not actually played with him yet, but his abilities looked exciting. I love it.
Is he the first time in forever that Germany can actually play a non-domination playstyle?
Yes, because the extra combat strength and military policy is exclusive to Frederick Barbarossa.
And also Frederick's special thing of, like, eating city-states, right?
Uh-huh, yep. So, Ludwig, I don't know if you saw the video, you probably did, but he gets the, culture from wonders that are adjacent to districts. And he does not have to complete the wonders. He can just plop down a bunch of wonders surrounding a district, and all those wonders will be getting the culture bonuses, and he'll keep those culture bonuses until somebody else completes the wonder to break it.
Wait, so you deliberately put a wonder down, cease construction, put another wonder down next to it, cease construction, and so on?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And here's the real kicker.
We've got the foot of the Colossus of Rhodes here, guys.
Yep. Here's the kicker, though. Every civilization in the game doesn't start accumulating tourism from their culture guilds until they've discovered flight, which is a modern era tech.
Yes.
Ludwig will get the benefits of tourism from flight upon researching castles.
Oh boy.
That is an early medieval era tech. That is very easy to acquire.
Hang on, this is like the medieval Mongols on the other side of the world are like, yo, you guys heard of Germany? I hear they got cool shit. I'm thinking of taking the family there next week.
Exactly. So Ludwig can just pile all the districts and all the unfinished wonders into his empire. He's probably gonna favor a very wide play style, mind you.
Oh God.
And as his uncompleted wonders are providing tourism, culture, once you unlock castles, everything in your empire that generates culture yields of any sort will then also be generating tourism yields equal to those culture yields.
So so yes, we finally have a German play style that isn't domination based.
Yes. This is all tourism, baby. All tourism.
God. Fucking culture win in the Renaissance era. What?
Yes. He's I'm sure there are several cheese ways to get super early cultural victories. I've not done any myself. But Ludwig, it is going to be very, very, very possible to acquire a super, super early tourism victory. And I'm so excited for it. I can't wait to play him.
Harold Bluetooth and the Vikings, get on the ship. We're going to visit the Brandenburg Gate. I heard that shit was hype. I want to get some pictures.
Brandenburg Gate.
I've brought a painter and a statue carver with me. I want to get some pictures.
Oh. So yeah, Theodora is a blast to play. Ludwig, I've not played yet, but he looks like he's going to be an absolute tourism menace, and I can't wait for it. Sejong is there.
Yeah. He gets the "You Showed Up" award.
Mm-hmm. And that should sum up my week. It was just a lot of 2K23 and a lot of Civilization 6. I had a blasty blast with both of them.
Addy!
Yes. So, I beat Kingdom Hearts 1 again.
Didn't you do that last week?
No. I just said that I was doing it.
Oh.
So yeah. Kingdom Hearts 1. Good.
Oh.
Yeah?
So what is Kingdom Hearts?
It's the darkness inside of your heart.
But Kingdom Hearts is light!
Yeah, I did.
Alright, Mickey, go in there. Get in there.
Yeah, alright, we can take off your shirt, which we'll have to explain, another game. We'll make an entire game just to explain why you don't have a shirt on.
We need a sequel. Riku, you get in there too.
Ricky, you too. Never mind. Bad thought. Let's not go down that route. Anyway, yeah, I played through Kingdom Hearts 1 just so I can take the amount of time it took me to finish the game this time and the amount of time it took me to finish the first time and give Pink a somewhat accurate assessment of how long it would take to finish for him. Because, low averages and all that.
I'll just throw in there real quick when we talk about the idea. Kingdom Hearts 1, if you go in, you will probably go in thinking, oh, Kingdom Hearts 1 is a JRPG. Sometimes JRPGs can have long stretches of grinding and nothing happening.
Not Kingdom Hearts.
And there tend to be lots...
What? Well, I said not Kingdom Hearts, but then I remembered that I spent 5 hours in the tutorial area just so I would be like level 24 before the actual game begins.
Yes, but that's a funny meme grind of if I get to level 24 in the tutorial.
Yeah, true. You don't have to do that. You can just play the game normally and then just, actually play the game.
No, you absolutely do not have to do that.
Yeah, like.
But anyway,
I don't think many people in the year of 2002 were grinding to level 23 in the tutorial section of Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah.
Just a hunch.
A lot of people were grinding to level 3 in the tutorial of Kingdom Hearts 1.
Not a lot of people were grinding at all in the tutorial.
Oh boy. Kingdom Hearts 1, though, I just gotta get this in real quick in case you have no idea what Kingdom Hearts is like. Kingdom Hearts is not like, a JRPG, get your stats grinded, get the good gear, so on and so forth. You can get the good gear, but more often than not, like unless you have someone helping you specifically look for it, you're probably not going to find the shit for it. With Kingdom Hearts 1, it is mostly a story kind of heavy thing of going through the different levels and having different gimmicks thrown at you. And a lot of the enemies are just as much the challenges based off of their gameplay design as they are based off of just the sheer raw damage numbers they put out.
Yeah.
And there's several boss fights that it doesn't really matter what stats you have. If you aren't playing around the boss fight's actual gimmick, it will kill you.
Yeah, I should know this, considering Xehanort at the end there.
The big one that I think of is the Phantom of the Clock Tower. Though odds are Pink's not going to see that one.
Yeah.
If you ignore that guy's gimmick, it really does not matter what your health bar is. It's just gone.
Yeah, like I figured if we get around to playing it with Pink, then I would just have a guide open at the side, and then when there's like missable stuff that is really important, I'll tell him.
There's not really a lot of that.
I mean, there's the Dalmatians. You from my experience, you need the Dalmatians if you want to beat Xemnas. And Xemnas is a part of the story, so.
Oh, you want him to do the Xemnas thing?
I mean, isn't Xemnas is the last boss of the game, the actual story of the game?
No, that's not Xemnas. That's Ansem.
Oh yeah, that. Sorry.
This is the fucking problem with Kingdom Hearts. I swear to God.
Yeah, sorry, it's not Mansex. I forgot.
The final boss of every Kingdom Hearts game is the same dude, but with a different name every time.
He's not even joking, Pink. That's actually true.
And then in the end, it's like, oh no, wait, he's actually a cool dude. Okay, why'd I spend 20 years beating his ass?
Well, no, that's the thing. He's not a cool dude. Like it's.
No, I know the twist was Xehanort. I know the thing of like, oh, it just Mr. Sinister Fingers, Plotting Fingers, Bald Man, Scarred Man with a goatee actually was good.
No, that's the thing. Like, I played through that game. They tell you, like, in no fucking means do they tell you that Xehanort was good. Luke Skywalker just kind of shows up and he's like, alright, now fuck off, and then they fly off into the sunset. Like, unless I missed, like, one line of dialogue that was very important during that entire cutscene.
You can't say Luke Skywalker as a joke, considering that Star Wars is a Disney franchise. So Pink probably thinks the actual Luke Skywalker shows up apropos of nothing, with no other Star Wars mentions in the whole series. Luke Skywalker just shows up and the main villain and him fly off into the sunset.
Alright, so Pink, there's this character voiced by Mark Hamill.
No, don't explain it. Okay. Don't explain it.
There's this character by Mark Hamill called Luke Skywalker. You might have heard of him.
Just a little bit.
Oh, boy.
But he's only voiced by Mark Hamill. He's not played by him. Anyway, yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm playing through Kingdom Hearts 2 now. It's a thing of like I'm skipping the cutscenes that I remember, which is the same thing I did with Kingdom Hearts 1, just so you know I can keep time. At the same time, I'm also trying to play through it so I can tell if I like it better than Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Like with this one, I have an actual objective aside from just, hey, let's gather data so if to see if I can't convince Pink to play this game, pretty much.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been fun. I haven't gotten out of, like, I literally just got out of Twilight Town, but then also it only took me like an hour, which is less than people would lead you to believe.
Oh god. Well, Twilight Town is, if you don't know where you're going, Twilight Town. Okay. So with Kingdom Hearts, you need to keep in mind, a lot of times when people talk about it, they played it as kids. When I was a kid, Twilight Town took me forever. It helped that I was scared shitless of the Heartless, so I was trying to avoid them wherever I could.
Yeah, the Heartless, they aren't actually heartless because of plot reasons, even though they pretty much just are. Never mind.
Also, when you're a kid, the hollow armor seems like the hardest boss fight ever. It's really not. But either which way, I can distinctly tell you, as a kid, it probably took me 3 or 4 hours in total to get through Twilight Town, and it probably took me an hour alone to beat the Hollow Armor. As an adult, 20 minutes, including Hollow Armor.
Yeah. I think you're thinking of Traverse Town.
Oh! You said you were playing Kingdom Hearts 1.
No, I said that I finished it and I'm now playing 2.
Oh, yeah, Twilight Town takes a while. Twilight Town takes a while.
Twilight Town took me an hour.
Yeah.
No, that's like people usually say, "Oh, Twilight Town takes like 3 hours." I don't.
Are you
Okay.
skipping cutscenes? Are you doing like the skateboarding side missions?
Yes, I did. I did the skateboarding side mission to gather 2,000 money, and that takes a while technically. But also, I got good enough at the skateboarding side mission in my first playthrough that I can speedrun it. My best time is 7 seconds. So. And you can just redo that one mission and not do any of the others that take more time. So
Yeah. Well, it's going to take more time if you actually do all the others.
yeah, it definitely took me more time during my first playthrough. But like
Also,
you know,
Twilight Town has some long cutscenes. You got to keep that in mind as well.
yeah, that's true.
The Twilight Town has a lot of talking.
Yeah,
like it's a
because-
big part of why Twilight Town is such a weird experience in Kingdom Hearts 2. It's almost as if you got a little bit like Metal Gear Solid 2 in reverse, right?
Yeah,
Metal Gear Solid 2, you start off with an hour of classic Snake, classic Metal Gear gameplay. Okay, gotcha! It's actually a game that's following Raiden, and it's a game that's almost 99% cutscene. Kingdom Hearts 2, it's inverse. The first hour or two, 99% cutscene following a new blonde protagonist. Okay, we've got that over with, now back to classic Kingdom Hearts action.
yeah. But this time with more action button.
Oh god. This time with more cutscene button.
I mean, I like the action button when it's not literally just a cutscene.
Oh god. Well, in the normal fights, yeah, it's an actual
Yeah.
decision to make. In boss fights, it's the cutscene button, unambiguously.
But what was I gonna say? I don't even remember. Whatever, fuck it. Anyway, yeah. So that's Kingdom Hearts. I'm doing it. Yay.
Yay!
Then
We do it.
Dragon's Dogma.
Okay. How many goblins did you put in the full Nelson?
Not enough. Because I found it too hard. For you see, I was the size of a tiefling. Well, no, I was gonna say I was the size of a tiefling, but no, but because then that would make sense. No, I was the size of a 15-year-old child.
Mm.
Which I know because I met children in the game, and they were actually genuinely the size of my character.
Amazing.
And the queen still hit on me. So I would like to report her to HR.
I have to ask.
Yeah.
This is the inevitable thing to bring up with Dragon's Dogma. You finished it, right?
Yes.
This is the inevitable thing to ask with Dragon's Dogma always. Oh, did you complete the post-game dungeon?
I don't know if I'd counted post-game, the one with the Ur-Dragon, right?
After you beat Grigori, it unlocks the actual, like, Dark Arisen content. Yeah. And supposedly the Dark Arisen dungeon that's on that island that's out from the starting village, supposedly that is the best content in the game, from what I hear.
Okay. No, you can't, so you can do that content if you don't do the actual, like, prologue of the game, or whatever you want to call it, like the actual ending of the game, which I did. So it's like you have to choose between either doing Dark Arisen content or the ending of the game, it seems like.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's odd. I don't think I've heard that before.
I mean, I'll have to check it during a second playthrough, if you actually have to choose, or if you just choose whether you want to do the Dark Arisen content at all, or you just get locked out.
Okay.
But it might have just been a thing of I got locked out because I wanted to do the actual main mission before I went onto the DLC. But yeah.
Okay. I want to get this in real quick. I just want to mention it because I remembered it and found it funny. So the one session of Dragon's Dogma I put in and never really came back afterwards I got as far as that first Hydra boss fight, right?
Ooh, yeah.
And I remember distinctly, for one thing, finding it hard as hell. But on top of that, I remember distinctly, it was like, ooh, how's the feature of grabbing onto the monsters and climbing them work on a Hydra with, 30 heads? I grabbed onto a head, and naturally, Hydras usually wave their heads around a lot.
Yeah.
So it was not some heroic Shadow of the Colossus climb. It was, oh god, oh!
Yeah. So the Hydra, the first Hydra boss fight is the prologue. That's the beginning of the game. After that, you get to make your character and all.
Oh.
Yeah, like you didn't even.
I was
actually...
wondering why when the game was gonna give me choices like, do you want something other than sword and shield?
Yeah, like you haven't actually played the game. You played through the tutorial.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That game's got a long tutorial.
That game's got a really long tutorial, a really short main story, considering it's an RPG. It's like I finished it in 2 days, mind you.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
It probably helps if I would have spent less time throwing people at walls.
Yeah, I did. Controversial take. I didn't like the throwing mechanic as much because it felt like it was a waste of time. Like, the grabbing people...
It's funny to pick up NPCs and throw them, though.
I like being efficient, I guess. A bit too much.
Well, it's the fact that it's not just murdering them, unless you throw them in the ocean like I accidentally did. It's the absurdity of going up to a merchant. Hey, I'd like to buy some things. Great. And then I just pick them up and throw them at the wall. And then afterwards, I didn't like that. Still want to buy stuff? Sure.
But yeah, I didn't throw the NPCs because whatever. Like, I tried to go for a Goody Two Shoes playthrough because usually that's what I do in RPGs for some reason.
It does help, though, knowing that any NPC that pisses you off, you can at any moment execute summarily.
Oh, it's fine. The one NPC that sort of pissed me off got executed as a part of the story, so that worked out for me.
Oh, right, the part I actually wanted to ask you about. Yeah. Okay, so when you got to the Grigori part, what NPC did the game decide was your true love?
Selene.
I don't know who that is.
Selene is on X-Spawn who got given life from their origin, and she has a very like Ghost Witch vibe. So like it's one of those things where like no, she's not really my type, but at the same time, I get it. Game,
not a bad one.
Yeah.
So I gotta mention this to Pink. I think I've actually talked about this before on the podcast, but I want to mention it again because it's one of the funniest game systems ever. Dragon's Dogma is an RPG known for having a lot of very experimental systems, as you can tell by the suplex NPC system.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. If you could suplex people, I'd love the throwing mechanic a lot more. But it's literally just okay. So you can kick people in the ass, or you can throw people at the ground, and they just get down for a bit, and that's it.
And one of the things they experimented with was every single NPC, every single friendly NPC in the game has a relationship scale with you that affects how much they think of you and how much you think of them.
Oh, yeah, where this is going.
And the game at the end will treat whatever NPC in all of the world you happen to have the highest relationship with as your true love. And so the main villain kidnaps them and says they're your true love. And when you beat the main villain, the lovers are reunited. The trouble is that the relationship factor, importantly, also affects merchant prices.
Right.
So the majority of people deliberately developed their highest relationship scores with the best blacksmith in the game, who was a short, fat, balding dude with a big beard. Several people get the court jester goblin as well. I gotta throw in.
Why? I hated that dude. He's the worst.
I don't know why. It just became a common thing for
he's like He's like Cicero, if Cicero was worse.
Yeah, I that's what it seemed like to me, but I know I have seen the Grigori kidnapping cutscene with that guy. And it's great because there are a couple NPCs in the game you can tell are supposed to be get your relationship. Like, here's this smoking hot blonde traveling merchant chick with this quirky kind of like traveling thief. It's all about meme personality. Don't you want to get your relationship up with her? But people always end up going for the blacksmith.
But yeah, like Selene, like I didn't know who I'd get because I didn't go out of my way to try and raise anyone's affection, which is what the stat is called, towards me or whatever. I was just like, yeah, I'll get around to it because I didn't know when the game would finish. I'll get around to it because I didn't know when the game would finish. Like literally, or I think while doing the ending mission, which I didn't know was the actual ending mission. During that time, I was just like, wouldn't it be funny if I courted the Duke?
Yeah.
Just the old fucker who's supposed to be like who I'm supposed to be a reincarnation of.
In a way, it's just long form masturbation.
Yeah.
I just had a passing thought of like, imagine if that system were in like Skyrim.
Yeah.
And it's like, your true love, that homeless veteran that you kept donating money to. Oh.
Yeah. Your true love, charity. But yeah.
We've gathered all the homeless people of Skyrim, and we've got them all trapped in the dungeon. On one hand, Grigori, you are a supervillain. However, some of the greedier bureaucrats have declared you a hero for solving the homeless problem.
But yeah, I think I got Selene because I talked to her 3 times during the entire game.
That's all it takes.
Yep. Like she has 2 missions. Like the 3 times included 2 missions, and one time I told her to make me a witch's brew because people in the city requested it as a mission. So all 3 times that I talked to her was because of a mission. True love.
Okay. I have heard people say in the past, you need to deliberately carve out what person you want if you do want somebody, because otherwise the game will just give you somebody.
Yeah, no, I did that wasn't anyone that I actually like wanted, because none of the characters seemed particularly interesting in that way.
It didn't seem like the kind of game that I was kind of surprised when I ran into the blonde merchant chick, because in that starting village is a lot of generic NPCs that are like, hello, welcome to Corneria. And then the generic merchant chick is like, oh, I just robbed a bunch of people, ain't I quirky? Okay, so we got a chick with an actual personality here, you win.
Yeah. I mean, the game
I can't spend the rest of my life listening to Welcome to Corneria.
Yeah. But in a way, the game giving me Selene as the beloved worked out because of the ending I got, because there's 2 endings to the game. 3, actually, 3 or 4, but like the context of one ending changes depending on who your beloved is, and Selene is one of the characters. Like there's one generic cutscene that you can get when you go with a character who didn't get special dialogue for the ending, and then depending on who you got who has special dialogue, if you got them, then that also changes the context of the ending cutscene. And that's just the ending I got. There's once again like 3 or 4 other ones aside from that. So yeah. I really like the gameplay. I really liked a lot of the experimental stuff that they did. I mean, like for comparison's sake, I think I said this when I played through Kingdom Hearts the first time. But Kingdom Hearts, like if you draw a line between JRPG, I guess, and character action game. Like Kingdom Hearts is more towards character action than JRPG, but it's still, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dragon's Dogma is falling closer to JRPG than it is a character action, but still, it's also closer to the middle. which is probably
I
why I
need to
liked it. Yeah.
really get into Dragon's Dogma when I get the free time, don't I?
Yeah, I mean, now I can give you pointers too, not just Soon. So, I mean, Soon will probably give you more pointer or better pointers because he actually played through the game multiple times.
Yeah.
But still. Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
so there's a reason that a lot of people are really interested in what Itsuno can do with Dragon's Dogma 2 now that there's actually some confidence behind him, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, like, literally all they need to show off for me to probably get Dragon's Dogma 2, depending on the price. Because, like, regardless of how much I'm actually interested in something, I have to put in, hey, so, like, or regarding fucking whatever. Like, regardless of how interested I am in something, I need to look at for the price still. If it's just out of my reach, then I can't play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, all they need to do is just be like, hey, we took the grappling mechanic and expanded upon it. You can actually, like, German suplex the goblins now. And, like, I don't know, power slam from the front. Whatever, fuck it. It deals a small amount of damage. I'll be satisfied. Like, that's all I want.
Okay, what if they announce, okay, class system, there is just now a grappler class.
Sure.
Instead of upgrading his sword, he just gets gloves with more grip.
Yeah. The class system
Climb
also...
onto the dragon's back, and then pinch his wings together to suplex him from the skies.
Yeah. The class system was also fun. You get to choose one of 3 basic archetypes at the start. You get Ranger, which is Rogue. You get Warrior, which is Warrior, and you have Mage, which is Mage. Don't ask me why Ranger is the only one renamed. And then once you reach the main city, then you can change your vocation, including these 3, but also mixes of them. So it's like, or also better versions of them. Like different better versions of them. So you can be Warrior, but now I use a Zweihänder instead of Sword and Shield. Or I don't know what the others are because I went with a mixed vocation, but whatever. And I don't know what
I'm
they
always
changed.
a big fan of when they have Magic Thief.
Yeah, you can be Magic Thief. No, I don't think you can be Magic Thief. You can be Warrior Thief. You can be Magic Warrior. Maybe you can be Magic Thief. I wouldn't be surprised.
Warrior Thief, isn't that just a thug?
Kind of. That's what my character was. And yeah, you also, like, once you're out of the tutorial, there's also a separate tutorial for pawns, which, you know, the pawn system is kind of sus, but, you know, here's these beings that look like people, think like people, talk like people. They're, you know, they're not just a reason for us to add slaves into the game. and for you to be more fine with it because they're okay with being slaves.
Wasn't the gimmick, at least by the end game, that everybody kind of acknowledging the pawn system is fucked up?
No, they just draw comparisons. Grigory draws comparisons between the pawns and humans, saying that humans are slaves too, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. Like the pawn system, you know, I don't mind it from a gameplay standpoint. From a story standpoint, oof. But yeah. Because, like, from a gameplay standpoint, it's just recruit companions, I guess. Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Like, from a gameplay standpoint, it's recruit companions, I guess. Sometimes the companions just have spoilers for the game. Like, you can check which missions the pawns have undertaken, and if you do that mission with them, they will give you pointers, especially if you get lost. There was a side mission.
Aren't, like, the pawns supposed to be, like, from other dimensions half the time?
Yes, well, all of the pawns are from other dimensions, even yours, and they're also in multiple dimensions at the same time, which is how we explain online connectivity.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I had a mission like that where I got, and I didn't even get stuck. It's just there was a side mission where the thing was, you need to get back this book, and you went on a goose chase, Found out the book was in our thief camp. Went to the thieves. The leader of the thieves was like, "Fuck off! I don't have the book. Unless you want to fight me." And then one of my pawns just went, "You know, I think I remember there being a chest on top of that tower." And then I climbed the tower. The book is in the chest on top of the tower.
Nice.
So yeah, like the pawns, you know, I can see where some people would hate that part of the mechanic. I don't mind it because whatever, it's never phrased in a way where it's just like, okay, you need to do this. I mean, there are some lines where they do phrase it that way, but it's usually like battle tactics of, hey, maybe if we actually attack the weak point of this monster, then it will actually die. Huh.
God forbid.
Yeah. And like those I think are fine because in those circumstances you would also be like, hey, maybe let's strike the dragon in the glowy bit.
Yes.
Maybe that might make sense and deal more damage.
All right.
So yeah. And
Anything
then,
else?
Let's see. Well, I also got Mr. Driller, Drill Land. It is the second game, the remake of it, anyway.
Ah.
It has a story. I am surprised.
Oh.
Yeah. Is it like the most well-written thing? No, of course not. It's written at like a like middle schooler level, but you know, it's like, you know, like a middle schooler cartoon aimed at middle schoolers. But like, have you looked at the aesthetic of this game? Of course it is. Like, I'm pretty sure that is the target audience.
Probably yes.
And yeah, the game takes the arcade game that it's based on, you know, the PS1 one, and it expands on it, so there's actually like variants in it. It introduces gimmicks like picking up items along the way and making it so those items can be used at different times to, you know, like remove blocks or whatever. That's an interesting way to do it. There's other ones where you need to collect X amount of this item that is only in this game mode, and then reach this deep into the ground. That's cool. It's stuff like that. There's also two where it's just the old game, which I appreciate. Well, no, there's one where it's 90% the old game, but with also added buffs, like more buffs that are new. And then there's one that is legitimately just, all right, let's do the old arcade game for those people that like that. And yeah, like I got both the Dragon's Dogma and this game for like maybe $20 together.
Yeah.
Like Dragon's Dogma I got for $5. For $5, that game was a fucking steal. And I don't think I'd regret buying this one either because it's pissing me off right now because I'm playing it right now. But that's just because I suck and keep dying.
I'll only lose because I suck.
Yeah. But yeah, like it's a fun time waster, and the variety that they added with this game is nice. You know, it's a thing of like, sometimes I don't want to just do the basic puzzling part of the game that I sort of like in these games for. Sometimes I want something that's very close but different, and the other game modes do that. Alright, did I do anything else? Well, I did make a new avatar because I didn't like the last one. It was too goofy from afar. So I just drew a new one that's the old pose, and I like it better for now. For now.
Alright.
And then, let's see, I also picked up Danganronpa 1 and 2. We might do that with Pink eventually.
Alright.
Pink said that he's interested. I know nothing about to say that I know nothing about Danganronpa is an overstatement, but I know the bare minimum about Danganronpa. I know who Monokuma is, as in like I have seen the character art for Monokuma. and I know that it's a visual novel that's very much like the Nonary games, and that's all I know.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so like that should be a fun playthrough, cause yeah, just judging from that information that I know, there's gonna be a lot of
Monokumas.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Monokuma translates to a single bear.
Yes,
My.
we need to find him a mate. That's what the game is about.
I'm having regrets.
You thought we were done with the furry dating sim games, but no.
I've been roped back in.
I've just added more Japanese. But yeah, like pretty much all I know about Danganronpa is the things that I said, and also people say it's really good. So hopefully that will ring true. I know that Danganronpa 3 is supposed to be bad, but I mean, I don't have that one, so hey, it doesn't matter to me.
Oh boy.
I'm assuming you know more about Danganronpa.
No, I don't think I do.
But yeah, so maybe Danganronpa on the channel in the future. We'll see. That's it, I think.
All right. As for my stuff, I want to kind of speed through now, not just because I'm excited to do whatever we're going to do after this, but also because I'm about to shit my pants.
All right.
So, yes, let's see. 2K23, I put some time in. Not really too notable outside of that. There are some goofy bits in the My Rise that I actually did get a kick out of just because of how stupid they are, but I don't want to spoil them because I don't know if Pink's going to see them. Other than that, though, the notable thing I did in 2K23, other than the initial technical hiccup I ran into, which, Addy, I don't know if you saw this, or Pink, if you saw this. Did either of you guys see the technical issue I was having when I first launched 2K23?
No.
I saw
yeah,
you
I
writing
did.
about it in the Discord, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, slow motion. High frame rate, slow motion. 70 FPS, the people are moving in slow motion. What's the problem here? Okay, I don't know. Okay, looking up solutions online, none of these solutions are working. These solutions are for 2K22 or 2K19 anyways. Okay, I don't know. I guess I'll just look at my graphics driver. Update the graphics driver. That didn't fix it. Mess with all the settings in the game. Didn't fix it. Oh boy. Just get so out of ideas. I go and just open up Windows default options, right? For the actual Windows display options.
Yeah.
I noticed that my refresh rate is set to 30 hertz. I know that this TV can support more than that. So I set it to 60 hertz. Okay. And I launched the game. Not only no slow motion, but at 60 hertz, it was a little too fast.
So you're playing the game now at 47 hertz.
Oddly enough, the one that seems to be right is 59.5 or 59.7 hertz. I don't know how it made that much of a difference, but anyways.
Oh yeah, 59.7. 59.7 is generally the the one less than what you want. 0.99 or 0.97 are usually what's used for full frame rates. Don't ask me why.
Well, either which way, when I did set 60 hertz, though, the game by default picks the matchup of Cena versus Roman, right? And just a little match I was seeing there, match starts with Roman hitting a running neck breaker. Cena sells his neck by just doing a quick sit-up while holding his head.
Nice.
So that was pretty funny. 2K23, I'm having fun with it, but more importantly, I showed it to Mike through Remote Play. Mike didn't even know Remote Play together was a feature. I had mentioned it to him with Fire Pro. He said he honestly just didn't believe me and thought he misunderstood me. He outright said to me he did not think tech had come this far where you could play someone else's game on their console through streaming. But anyways, we did that. At first, there was a funny bug. For whatever reason, the usual controller UI that pops up whenever you do Remote Play together, where I can set everybody's controllers, I can set who's player 2, who's player 3, so on and so forth, did not appear. And I guess he was confused because my WWE 2K23 recognizes keyboards as separate controllers. So player 1 was my PlayStation 5 controller. Player 2 was my keyboard. And I believe player 3 was Mike's Xbox controller, and player 4 was Mike's keyboard. This inexplicably caused an issue where whenever he played games in exhibition, just trying the game out, he would somehow be controlling 2 wrestlers at once in every match.
Nice.
He started with, okay, I'm going to go with, I don't know, I'll go with, let's see, Brock, and I don't know, this Omos guy looks like he could be cool. And Mike explicitly said to me, this Omos guy, I can tell already, is either the coolest or the lamest. It was kind of funny because I actually kind of say, like, no, he's actually just kind of in between. He's better than Kali, so he's not the lamest, but he's definitely not the coolest either.
Right.
And it was funny because Brock walks forward, Omos gets out of the ring. And they're in lockstep the whole way through. Oh boy, we play a Money in the Bank match. I pick Gunther. Mike's like, who the fuck is Gunther? I say Gunther is Intercontinental Champion. He kills people. Great. Okay, let's go to Universe Mode. I want to see what Universe Mode is going on. Because I'm also explaining to Mike all the stuff they've added. Like, oh, they brought back carry moves. And I can, like, we're not in a Discord call. We're just talking through Steam chat. But I can nonetheless hear Mike getting more and more of an erection. So... we get to Universe Mode, he opens it up, and immediately you get that UI. I told him start a new save file. Immediately you get that UI, Superstar Mode or Classic Mode. And immediately I go into Damage Control, because I know what's going to happen when Mike sees Superstar Mode, is he's going to go, Season Mode! So I had to, like, okay, it's not Season Mode, it's not Season Mode. It does this, that, this, and another. And Mike was like, actually, you know what, that still works. I'm still in on this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So he went with Superstar Mode and picked Boogeyman.
Yeah!
The first thing he does is the UI pops up and he sees Play Match, Edit Superstar, Superstar Statistics. He goes to open the Superstar Statistics, and I hear from all the way over in, Minnesota or Illinois or wherever he is, I hear the sound of him ejaculating. It is a federally registered disaster zone in the area. He sees all the statistics, and it just occurs to me, oh, right, Mike hasn't really, Mike put in a little bit of time modding 2K18, but other than that, Mike has not played a day-to-day game since 2K14.
Mm-hmm.
So he is getting hit with every single feature they've added in the last decade all at once, and he can't handle it. Oh, but what really got me was he goes into the first match of Universe. He put himself on SmackDown. The first match he gets, triple threat, Boogeyman, Gunther, Roman Reigns.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Mike said, oh, Boogie, you are the enhancement talent tonight. He won, though. I had to tell him how to use finishers, but he won. So that was a pleasant surprise. We wrapped it up, and Mike, of course, said, all right, I'm off to go pirate this. It did get the high mark of Mike approval, though, of I may just buy this, especially because community creations, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And that's always the high mark of praise from Mike, is I'll actually buy this.
Right.
Either which way, other than that, what did I put time into? They showed the Chaos Dwarfs, they were cool. Satanic Pink, I can't believe you accidentally got it on the mark there. Pink went and put a comment on my YouTube video saying the Chaos Dwarfs look like evil Santa Claus.
So Krampus is?
It's less Krampus, it's more like, what if Santa brought nice new toys of destruction to all the evil little boys and girls? Merry Christmas. Go kill some people.
Yeah.
And other than that, what else was there? Nothing of real note that I could think of. I could hit SmackDown. I'll hit it real quick, though. Wasn't a terribly exciting one. We had a Charlotte and Rhea promo, and boy, that feud is just wrestler. I want wrestle you. You have belt, me take belt. I wrestle you. Me no want you take belt. Me keep belt. Oh, wrestle. And it's just like, how can we be having the Sami Zayn angles running right now that are so hot because it isn't just Sami going out there and going, me wrestler, me wrestle because me wrestle. How can we be having Charlotte and Rhea do this elsewhere on the card? And it's so goddamn boring. And with two people I like.
Yep.
Dominant, like, the highlight of any Charlotte and Rhea promo right now is when either of them get out of the way and just let Dominic talk. Because Dominic at least can make it entertaining by being a shit.
Uh-huh.
Why is Dominic becoming the highlight of WWE for me? And it's not even a thing of like the rest of the show is so bad. Dominic is just actually a relatively good heel. What the fuck?
What is going on?
They had the Dominic versus Ray segment again.
Is the guy
After they whooped
blooding him?
Santos. After they whooped Santos and Zelina. Boy, Rhea and Zelina, you can tell are friends behind the scenes because they were bumping like mad for each other last night. Holy shit. I don't know when's the last time I saw someone took an RVD bump on a DDT, but Rhea did for Zelina Vega of all people. And I'm just thinking, what a waste, Rhea. Oh my god, you could almost see Rhea's neck compress on that one. And it's Zelina Vega. She's not got any body weight. So it's clearly Rhea just dumping herself on her head.
Right.
And Zelina, for her part, also bumping like mad. I pointed this out, and I think you saw it as well, Pink. The first Riptide that hasn't looked like shit in ages because Rhea just hefted Zelina over her head and powerbombed her back down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Riptide is supposed to be a pump handle powerbomb. That was the first time I've actually seen the Riptide actually look like a pump handle powerbomb. And not just the road dog shitty, I'm gonna hump your asshole slam, you know?
Yeah.
Although if she started doing that, that would be very funny.
Oh, I'd love it. I'm pretty sure G-Man and Ted would just lose their shit too, but for different reasons.
Okay, imagine this. The Rio and Dominic like have a fallout as a story. She does that to him.
Oh, I wish Muda and Seto would be there for it too, just so like the three of us could go in unison. Wish that were me, and just Ted dies. Oh boy. Yeah. What else was there? Yes, they had more of the Jay, Cody, Sammy, KO storyline. Cody came out there. He was like, hey, Kevin Owens, come on out here, man. I respect the hell out of you. Kevin Owens comes out there. Okay, Sammy, you also come out here. Kevin Owens goes, God damn it. Cody says, all right, I'm going to play Peacemaker. You guys need to put this shit aside and get this shit on the road. Kevin, I respect the hell out of you. You convinced me to leave WWE when I was going through that Stardust gimmick I hated so much, and I will forever owe you for that. And it's just like, okay, I assume that the writer who came up with the Stardust idea is no longer in the creative room for this storyline to have passed. KO says, fuck this, I can't forgive Sammy for betraying me like that. Sammy, Cody, you both just want to use me as a weapon against the Usos. Fuck this, I'm out. He leaves. Cody and Sammy both, like, credit where credit's due. Cody, I think, he's a not great promo, but Cody does have good facials, because Cody genuinely had a face like he was devastated. Even though it's kind of like, yeah, Cody, you probably should have expected this.
Right.
Sammy goes out to the parking lot with Kevin. And just as Kevin is about to get in his, Dodge or whatever, Sammy goes to him and says, Kevin, man, you're my best friend. I love you. Come on. And Kevin, gets this sad look on his face, but gets in his Dodge anyways. Puts on a seatbelt and uses his turn signal getting out of the parking lot, even while being filmed. Credit to him.
Safety first.
Yeah, Kevin Owens is a better driver than most of the people you see on the road these days.
That is a fact.
Turn signals. They're a thing.
No, they're a lie made by Big BMW.
Addy, I thought you were going to say, No, I gotta keep people guessing though. It adds to the excitement.
I gotta go for the mix-up. Oh,
Yeah, I was about to say, like, are you really driving if you can't tell my 50-50 mix up?
Lock this mix up, bitch.
Pulls out a gun. Just even in the car.
Jesus.
The
Right.
90s. Anyway.
Ooh, all right, yeah. And then later on that same night, Sammy goes out to have a confrontation with Jay. And Sammy says, Jay says, Sammy, you betrayed me. Sammy says, no, you betrayed me. Jay says, I hated you from the start. I hate you now. Even when it looked like I was approving of you, I still hated you. Sammy says, you don't hate me. You hate that I did to Roman what you wanted to do to him first.
Jay
Jay gets...
Yeah.
Go ahead, Addy.
I was just gonna say, Jay says it was all a work, brother.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have let Joseph get worked into a shoot.
Oh. And Jay gets a look on his face like, shit, he's right. And Jay just looks around conflicted for a little bit, then reaches the resolution of, okay, I can't, I said I wasn't going to turn on my family, I can't do this. Like, Jay does a really good job of indicating, like, okay, Sammy is right, Jay still doesn't like Roman, but Jay still reaches the resolution of turning on Roman would be the wrong thing for Jimmy, because turning on Roman means that Roman turns on Jimmy.
right.
Because
Roman's
just do it anyway. Because Roman's an abusive and manipulative piece of shit. And God, Roman right now is just the biggest fucking heel in the company, except for maybe Dominic. In terms of just like every Roman segment, like it's crazy because just a couple months ago, Roman was the cool bad guy, right?
Right.
But now, anytime Roman comes out, every promo he's in, you can unambiguously just point to, this is all just Roman being an abusive piece of shit, using people as tools just to get himself ahead. Including his own family. And I like that, because we're watching the downfall of Roman Reigns.
Right.
It feels like the end. And of course it helps that we know that behind the scenes Roman wants a vacation, and of course Roman has a host of health issues. But it really feels like we are seeing, like, we're seeing Icarus fly too close to the sun, you know?
Yeah.
Roman's just going to end up having one of those really nice, tied up in a knot arcs for a character in wrestling, you know?
Right.
Of the years of being, like, the initial bright spot is the Shield, then the years of being a disappointment, and then he finally gets to the top through being a piece of shit, and then it finally tears him right back down.
Right.
Nice little, villain arc. There you go.
Yeah.
Is Roman Reigns the Breaking Bad of wrestling? Oh boy. Anyways, yeah. Good shit. And after Jay finally decides, okay, I still can't turn on Roman for Jimmy's sake, hits Sammy with a good old Mizwa forearm. Sammy replies with a Fez press, which I find funny. Jimmy charges into the ring. They both beat on Sammy for a little bit. And then it hits Kevin's music. Jay and Jimmy both stand at the entrance ramp ready to catch him as he comes in. And Kevin comes in from behind from the crowd. Kevin and Sammy... Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was almost expecting Kevin to drive the Dodge down the entrance ramp and hit Jimmy. Because it would be poor Jimmy that catches that instead of Jay. Jay would be smart enough to get out of the way. Jimmy, though, would be like, where am I going? Oh, shit. Jay also, I didn't get to say this, but I should say real quick, Jay, when he was talking about hating Sammy, as much as I don't like the Usos in the ring, Jay is a damn good promo when he wants to be. When it isn't just him and Jimmy going, yo, Us, we the ones, which is just formulaic and boring. When it's actually Jay has a storyline and angle he needs to get across in his promo, Jay is actually a really good promo.
Mm-hmm.
He knocked it out of the park last night. And it was so brutal earlier in the show seeing Cody there. cutting promos next to Sami and KO because there's a clear hierarchy. Cody, love him to death, not a great promo. Not even really a good promo. He's just kind of he's scared. He's scared of the crowd.
Right.
KO, solid promo, consistent promo. Not like super emotional. He doesn't pull you in, but he doesn't take you out either. Cody, there are times where you get taken out a little bit by like, Cody, is that really the best read?
Yeah.
And then Sami, who is in the prime of his promo career.
Yeah.
And is consistently crushing it every night and making you fully buy in on any angle. Because the thing is, I was really upset about, Sami's not going to be the one to take the big belt off Roman this year. It's going to be Cody. This is going to be stupid. A tag team match of KO and Sami versus the Usos. This is going to kill Sami's heat. But Sami is doing such a good job, and so is Jay, that I'm still buying in on it.
Yeah.
Like, I am still really hyped for this match. Which I would have told you, 2 or 3 weeks ago couldn't happen. I would have told you this was death. Anyways. So, yeah, Sami and KO clean house. They boot the Usos out of there. They get in the ring. Sami stands there looking forlorn and a little confused about what's going on. Kevin Owens comes in and pulls Sami in for a big hug. And, of course, monster pop.
Belly to belly.
Ted thinks that Sami should turn heel on Kevin at WrestleMania. It's difficult to say. It almost seems like, I wonder if Triple H is letting the wrestlers have more input on the way they're booked.
Allegedly, according to the most trustable source, Karrion Kross, God bless his heart, according to him, Triple H is allowing more creative control. Like, he's more open to pitches, at least.
Yeah, I think that's been the thing. Triple H has been more open to pitches, because I recall Bailey saying months ago, like,
Damage control sounds like a Bailey idea.
Yep, that was one of the big changes Triple H made immediately when he came into power. He was like, hey Bailey, I think you pitched with me last week. We're gonna do it. Who do you want in your group? Who can I get?
These goobers. All right, I guess.
Yeah. So I've heard
fair,
Bailey
Yoshrai
say
was
it, I've heard LA Knight say it, Karrion Kross, probably Mysterio as well. So I think it is a fact that Triple H is a lot more open to suggestion. Not so much allowing creative control or anything, but open to suggestions. Because he's been on that side of the locker room.
Yeah, like
I've been wondering about that.
Yeah, from what
specifically,
from what Cross said, it sounded like he's open to pitches, but also if it doesn't take off like nearly immediately, then it gets axed, which is bad for Cross.
Well, it's bad for Cross.
Well, Cross is bad for business.
Yes,
so.
Yeah, I was about to say Cross isn't good. He can bitch what he wants. That doesn't change that he's not money.
Oh no, he wasn't even complaining about this. He was just stating it.
I was wondering that last night, because I said, when LA Knight showed up and jobbed Xavier Woods, I said on Discord, a bug has crawled up Triple H's ass, and apparently he's decided he needs to job LA Knight out. Ted then popped in and said, LA Knight and Triple H are good friends in real life. So I was like, so LA Knight's probably choosing a job. The phrase I used was terminally humble.
Right, yeah.
And that makes
actually,
sense.
speaking of the devil, I'm playing a match as LA Knight right now. And I did a breakout on Dominic Mysterio. I hit him with the belly to back suplex, and somehow, some way, that resulted in LA Knight being busted wide open. So that's interesting.
You gotta pop the crowd.
Yeah.
I just pulled a Ric Flair.
Yeah. Oh no, I dropped my toothbrush. Better blade. I wish that you'd get a hidden score for when people get busted open in matches, though, because like usually they try to play it off as a big part unless it's banned at the time. In which case the wrestlers get fined. and Goldust loses his job with the WCW.
Yeah. Oh man. But it just seems like there is such a difference in terms of, oh god, right, Charlotte's in a feud with Rhea Ripley again. Yeah, she definitely made that choice.
Yep.
Oh god damn it. Okay, maybe Triple H needs to set a few people that's like, okay, I know how to book you better than you do. No, Charlotte, you cannot just put yourself against the biggest women on the roster every week. Sorry. Now, I don't even mean big in terms of star power. I mean literal size.
Yeah. But Hunter, all I asked for you was to bring back the collie in a wig.
Yeah.
I want to look
Also,
strong.
LA Knight, you have star power, bud. We're not jobbing you out to your buddies anymore. You're getting pushed whether you want it or not, Buster. No. Anyways, that does actually remind me. I want to get this in before we finish up the SmackDown talk, and we do need to finish up soon because I just got handed a lot of food that I need to eat, and it's gonna be noisy food.
I can help.
But we're gonna. Well, you could hear the sound of me saying thank you, couldn't you? But anyways, there was actually a great segment after LA Knight got. Oh, right, Ray and Dominic. Right, I didn't hit their confrontation. I'll hit it real quick. Dominic again says, you weren't there for me. You weren't really my father. You were a terrible father. You were a deadbeat. Ray gets in the ring and says, you know what? Not only did I give you all this opportunity, I wasn't there. I missed your soccer games because I was getting you your damn Gucci's, and I was giving you the opportunities that you are using right now. And of course, it's all just getting big pops, even though Ray's a shit promo, just because it's good lines he's throwing at him.
Yeah.
God forbid the writers actually did their work this week. He says, and ordinarily a piece of shit like you, I'd love to beat at WrestleMania. Dominic, you are my greatest regret.
Oh.
Dang.
But you're still my son, and I'm not going to beat you. And he leaves. And as he walks up the entrance ramp, Dominic just yells at him from the ring, "You're still running away after all these years." And it's just like, why is this a really hot, good angle between
Between both the Mysterios.
Yeah,
in 2023.
Yeah. Oh, what a timeline we are in right now. Oh, I mentioned it as well. Dominic now has 2 moves he can do that actually look good.
Oh. Go read it.
He's got a good lariat, and he's got a good tope atomico. He is Eddie's kid. I mean, like, he does, like, the thing Eddie used to do, where it would be like he was pretty well upside down for most of it, and then suddenly switches to being, lateral.
Yeah.
He even does the little hand reach out midway through. Crazy. Anyways, after both that and LA Knight jobbing to Xavier Woods, LA Knight goes backstage, and he's ranting about how he needs a WrestleMania match, damn it. So he goes up to Ray backstage and says, "Hey, Ray, hey, I can take on your son at WrestleMania. Just call me LA Mysterio. I can be a deadbeat dad too." LA Knight goes for a high five with Ray. And Ray just looks at his hand and then pops him one in the jaw and walks off.
I hope that for the WrestleMania match, LA Knight actually just comes out in a Mysterio mask, like one that you can buy at like the catering or whatever, like this little shop that they have set up in the arena.
Mm-hmm.
When Edge teamed up with Ray and Dominic against Judgment Day, like back at like SummerSlam or whatever, when they did that, Edge actually did come out wearing a Rey Mysterio mask.
Nice. I knew Edge wouldn't fail me. Look, he was one of the Lost Conquistadors. He's used to this. He knows
in his
lucha.
culture.
Oh boy.
Are we sure Dominic isn't actually Edge's kid? Just
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Drew and Sheamus happened. Gunther got in the ring because he was pissed because they nearly had a double countout victory. Gunther got in there and argued with the ref. Then Sheamus and Drew nearly attacked Gunther because they were pissed at just seeing him. So Ludwig and Giovanni charged in, beat him up. Okay, double DQ. Both Sheamus and Drew win and lose at the same time. Gunther gets mad, powerbombs Sheamus onto Drew while Drew is on his arms and knees, which looked brutal. Because how do you take that bump, getting someone powerbombed onto you while you're on all fours?
Yeah.
And then Adam Pearce gets on the Titantron and goes, Gunther, you stupid bitch. Gunther, you dumb slut. You went to all that trouble to ask me to set up this singles match so you didn't have to fight a triple threat. Then you get in there and make them both lose anyways? Well, you know what, Gunther? Fuck you. It's gonna be a triple threat. And Gunther's just like, oh shit, I did this to myself.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes.
I mention this anytime he comes up, but I love actually having a face authority figure again. Especially when I see the highlights of Raw. I can't watch the full Raw, but I can see bits of the highlights. And every time they have Chelsea Green go and pester him for the Karen gimmick, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so good. Alright, that's the extent of my week. How do you say bye? I'm gonna eat some chicken. At least I got chicken.
Like 16 different Cenas in 2K23.
Oh,
Yeah, one for every championship.
That's what I was planning to do, actually.